Hey, I'm being forced to go to Mexico for 5 minutes. What's up? It's a culture detective here, investigating your favorite album covers and music videos. And today I'm going to continue with my lists in my list week of 2023. And yeah, today it's the same room as the best memes video. It's just a different position so that I look hopefully a little bit better. So starting off, we are, as per usual, we're going to talk about my top 25 favorite album covers of the year first. So without further ado, here's the list. At 25, we have Dreamwell's In My Saddest Dream, I Am Beside You. And then the Hers or Here's collective, We're Still Here. Slow Dive with Everything Is Alive, and Lars Fredrik Fleisky, Fire for Tellinger. Then we have Colin Stetson's When We Were That What We Wept for the Sea. When We Were That What Wept for the Sea. Then we have Ana Frango Elétricos Me Chama Gigato Que Eu Sou Soi. Then we have Yves Tumor with Praise the Lord Who Chews But Which Does Not Consume. Or simply Hot Between Worlds, which is single-handedly, the best album title of the year. Then we have Nowhere with Nowhere Forever. Again, minimalism is key. Simply is the best. Really like the awkwardness of this cover. Then we have Kobario with Super Key Generator because anime girl. But also the colors. I unironically love this album cover. Like, if you show me a lineup of albums and I see this would be the first thing I listen to. Not even kidding. Then we have Jane Remover with Census Designated. Also very simple. Also very provocative and liberating. And then at number 15, we have Sufjan Stevens' Javelin, where he strings together a collage of photos and memories, which is really fitting to the album, kind of sad, kind of sweet. Then we have at number 14, the very colorful Alten Gun with Ashk, which is just very colorful and vibrant. And speaking of colorful and weird shapes, at number 13, King Cruel's Space Heavy. At number 12, we have Lonnie Holly's Oh Me Oh My with its very crazy patterns and symmetry. But to take that pattern and symmetry and colors to the next level, we have number 11, Simeon Tengold and Eric Hall with Canto Ostinato. Very interesting album cover, I'll give it that. And here's my top 10 favorite album covers of the year. At number 10, we have Kikuo Miku with Kikuo Miku 7. And the music on the album really represents the album cover very well. It's very vibrant, extremely colorful, very cacophonous, and sounds like schizophrenia. Very awesome. And then at number 9, we have Thantifaxeth with Hive Mind Narcosis. Can't go wrong with Francisco Goya, especially when you put that painting in the middle of a 1x1 album cover with a reddish brown base. It just looks really good. It's basically cheat code. Putting Goya in your album cover is like putting Caravaggio in your album cover, a la West Side Gun. Number 8, I'm giving it to McKinley Dixon's beloved Paradise Jazz, which is another really eye-catching album cover. And then at number 7, we have Billy Woods with Maps. I love album covers that look like instruction manuals, especially that of an airplane safety manual. And then at number 6, we have HMLTD with The Worm, which is really cool because it looks like something straight out of a medieval manuscript or something. Number 5, Jeff Rosenstock's Hell Mode. I love super pink album covers like Black Midi's Hellfire. This time we have Hell Mode, which is just as crazy, just as Dadaist. At number 4, there are so few artists out there who's able to pump out one great album cover after another, other than Young Fathers, whose album Heavy Heavy features such an eye-catching album cover. At number 3, I'm giving it to George Clanton with Ooh Rap Aya for its very vibrant oranges and blues, and also how it creates this nostalgic sense of 90s feel to it. It's very fuzzy, it's very greasy, and it sort of depicts the music on the album very well. And then we have number 2 and 1, which I think are basically a tie. I love these album covers equally, but for number 2, sometimes 2 is 1, sometimes 1 is 2, but the next album I'm going to mention is Cicada, Seeking the Sources of Streams. Taiwanese band Cicada with this album cover. I mean, whenever you show me a picturesque album cover full of blues and greens, I just automatically love it, but also it's just such a beautiful scenery, and the text on it is so elegant. It's so watery and refreshing and full of nature, and it's just totally up my alley. And then at number 1, we have Mike with Burning Desire, because this is so cool. This is so cool. This is straight out of 70s, 80s blaxploitation, like slasher horror vibes. And to think that this album cover goes along with an abstract rap album, it's just crazy. It makes me even more interested to listen to the album. So shout out to Mike. And these are all the album covers I just mentioned in one 5x5. Okay, now on to something a little bit more interesting. My top 20 music videos of 2023. Now, there's so many great music videos this year. So starting out, we have some honorable mentions. We have Japanese band TOOBOE with the video Romantic. Spiritual Cramp with the track Better Off This Way with their Quentin Tarantino imitation. I'm just going to do this so that the video can play for a little while. Gorillaz with a new cult-themed series of music videos. I particularly like the track Silent Running featuring Adeleye Omotayo. And then finally, Yves' Tumor with the track Heaven Surrounds Us Like a Hood because of its color and its wackiness. Alright, number 20, I'm giving it to Everything Everything's Cold Reactor. Another band whose music videos are always great. Like, whenever Everything Everything releases a music video, you know it's going to be great. So, no surprise, Cold Reactor is great. Very well shot, very well edited, very well put together. I love the yellow jumpsuits. It's just everything being everything. At number 19, I'm giving it to a Hong Kong entry. Ooh. And this is a band by the name of Kowloon K with their very interesting, fun, playful twist on Chinese period drama, but they're all jamming on some instruments. And the song is called, it doesn't have an English name, but if I could give it one, it would be Who Would Want to Be a Loser, I guess. So check this one out. Number 18 is Atarashii Gakko with Tokyo Calling, where all 4 of the quartet turns into giants and terrorize Tokyo, which is exactly what we all secretly want to see. Because why not? At number 17, we have McKinley Dixon with Run, Run, Run. Really animated performance from him. Really interesting shot choices. Seems really fun, but then you also get hit with the bleak lyrics. So, represented in the video very well. 16, we have Geese with the country satire 4D country, and it really is country. You know, you got the desert, you got the cool hats, you got the cowboys, and it is just satire, but also well shot, well edited satire. 15, I'm giving it to, you're gonna be shocked, but hear me out. Drake, first person shooter. Yeah, despite the fact that I'm not a huge fan of Drake's music, I think Drake, when you give such a high-profile artist a lot of money and artistic freedom, they're bound to be able to hire people who are able to make amazing music videos for them. In this case, we have first-person shooter, which is just awesome because it's just Drake and J. Cole having tons of fun, being in the office, boxing, doing Spider-Man cosplaying. It's just a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed that. Speaking of fun, at 14, I am giving it to Yaeji with the track For Granted, which is just also really fun, choppy, all over the place, which kind of represents the song itself. It's kind of glitchy, it's kind of quirky. And then at number 13, I'm giving it to PinkPantheress with Nice to Meet You featuring Central C. It's just a really cool, dancey music video with so much personality coming from PinkPantheress herself. So much fun, so cutesy. I love the Y2K vibes and the pink streaks of light like a Windows XP screensaver or something. It's just nostalgic, I guess I would use the word nostalgic, but it's very Y2K. A lot of people dig that shit now, so that's that. And then similarly, when it comes to nostalgia and vintage, we have at number 12 George Clanton's I've Been Young, where he tries to bring us back to the 90s with the 90s MTV grungy kind of vibe. It's a singing performance, but it's got the distortion, it's got the black and white, it's got the audience shots. It's just very 90s, and I wasn't even born by then. And then at number 11, it is MGMT with Bubblegum Dog. Another artist, another musical act where pretty much every single time they drop a music video, it's good. They've never made a bad music video. And Bubblegum Dog is another fantastic music video. It's a country satire music video, again, but in an MGMT kind of way. Everything's distorted, everything's disorienting and dreamy, and as the music video goes along, it just becomes more and more absurd. Andrew Wingarden is sporting a goatee, and Ben has long hair, and it's just like they're in characters, and more weird things start happening. The so-called Bubblegum Dog appears in the music video, so that's that. Okay, top 10 favorite videos of the year. Number 10, Jessie, Ware, and Róisín Murphy. I'm so butchering this name. I'm sorry. Freak Me Now. Because, the original track is great, but with this edition, it's so freaking fire, it's so hype, that it warrants a music video where both artists and some other artists go goofy and go crazy in front of a white background and just dance the hell out of this song, which is just very admirable and extremely fun. And then we have at number 9, Caroline Polachek with Smoke, which is another installment in her latest series of music videos. And just like Welcome to My Island, it is very well shot, very beautiful. Love the vintage filmy vibes, the volcano eruptions. It's very sensual, very artsy, very modern at the same time. Number 8, I'm giving it to Danny Brown with Tantor, which is just Danny Brown in his most natural element, and it is digital, glitchy 21st century chaos, very terrible security cameras and fisheye lens and just all sorts of texts laid on top of each other. Very messy, it's very wild, and it's very him. It's very him is what it is. Number 7, for a band whose latest album is so theatrical, it would only make sense that their music videos is just theatrical, very dramatic, and that is HMLTD's The Worm, which is a bit of a concept song about sometime in medieval England, a gigantic worm devours a city and rips the city in half, and the music video literally shows that, and shows the king, aka the frontman of the group, just freaking out, and the church is collapsing and everyone's panicking. And I just really love music videos that really live up to the lyrics of the song. I just can't, I will never be able to make my videos in peace. I will never be able to do that in my entire life. Number 6, I'm giving it to slowthai with the track Yum, with the song Yum. And yeah, it is, the song itself is pure anxiety, and the music video itself is basically pure anxiety as well. Very gritty, very emotionally distraught, lots of very striking images, and just slowthai suffering and going through existential crisis in real time again, just like in all of his other music videos. So that's pretty cool. Okay, number 5. These 5 music videos are all masterpieces, by the way. These 5 music videos are all amazing, and they could all be number 1 easily. This year is such a great year for music videos. It's insane. Number 5, NewJeans. So yeah, NewJeans music videos usually are not that great. They're usually kind of underwhelming. It's almost like whoever's directing their music videos don't exactly know how to grasp the rhythms and the beats. But for the first time in the track NewJeans, they're actually doing that, because essentially, even though it is a 2-minute song, there's so much space in this music video where the 5 group members just talk about what kind of superpowers they want to have, and then they turn into Powerpuff Girls, and then they start jumping from dimension to dimension, and every time they jump, their art style changes. It's like Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, but NewJeans. It's so incredibly colorful, very sharply edited along with the beats, and it's just so cool to see these members just jump from art style to another art style and just go all over the place, play phone games and turn into dolls, and it's just very 2023, you know. There's just something about it that's just so updated and modern. Number 4, I'm giving it to The Smile with Wall of Eyes. Obviously, it's directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. Of course, it's going to be in the top 5. And yeah, it is fantastic. I mean, Paul Thomas Anderson manages to make every single shot, every single scene look as interesting as possible, with filmic footage, flashy, fast forward scenes. There are shots where you could see 6-7 Tom Yorks at once. It's just so visually interesting, so strange and dissonant and weird, yet it all somehow makes sense, and so Tom Yorkish as well. And Paul Thomas Anderson just understands Tom York at this point in a visual sense, and that's great. They need to collab more. Number 3, it's Lexie Liu with Magician. This music video is actually released last year, but it's so damn good that I'm bringing it to this year because I forgot to put it in last year's list. But wow, this is banger. It's a banger music video. It's edgy, it's quirky, but it doesn't overdo the edginess to the point where you think it's cheesy. It's very alluring. It takes your average high school fun pop and gives it a very dark, magical twist. I also love how Lexie Liu works in these very hidden Chinese themes on it, including the part where she's sort of dancing on a piece of paper, but the piece of paper is Chinese writing paper. You know how you get single-lined papers when you write essays in English? Well, if it's in Chinese, you get squares, because that's how Chinese characters work, and that's really cool. I love the shots where she's on a ladder and she has like black angel wings because she's like a fallen angel or something. It's really cool, and if I have one gripe, it would be the background dancers. They should go harder. Number 2, again, number 2 and number 1 on this list is basically a tie for me because they're both amazing in their own ways. Number 2, it is Yonezu Kenshi with KICKBACK, the opening theme to the Chainsaw Man anime. This music video, not only is it incredibly well shot and very colored as well, very saturated colors, which is really cool, but also it tells a story about Yonezu Kenshi himself going to the gym and competing against this guy who runs faster than him, who lifts heavier weights than him, and this competition goes crazier and crazier, and they're running on the streets now, and his competitor, the antagonist, is driving a sports car, and he's running, and they're chasing after each other in a parkour race, and turns out it's all in his head, which is just so much fun. Whoever came up with this idea and then directed this idea and made it as funny and as creative and as unpredictable at every single turn is just absolutely awesome, especially the ending. I love the giant fist. I love Yonezu Kenshi going insane. It's just so much fun and so creative of a video. But I think the music video with the most creativity of the year is Little Simz Gorilla. Yeah, I think the director of this music video tried at least 8, maybe 9, maybe 10, maybe even 11 different things in this music video in the span of 4 minutes, and they all work out, and they all look amazing, and they all look really just great. And Little Simz' performance is so animated, so full of confidence, so full of style, so full of personality. So many really crazy mixed shots. I mean, there are shots in this music video that's anamorphic, very cinematic. There are shots that try to imitate film. There are shots that are very, very wide, hilariously, comically wide-angled shots. There are shots where Little Simz levitates in a car park or parking lot or something. There are shots where Little Simz is deconstructed into a bunch of eyes and mouths, and there are shots where it's infrared. Like, they just try everything in the book, and it all works out. It's such a creative music video. It's so artful. It's so unpredictable, it's so colorful, it's so fun, it's so whack, and you know what? This is my favorite music video of the year, and if you haven't seen it, you should go watch it as soon as possible. So yeah, these are my favorite music videos of the year. Comments below, let me know, subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching.